What is going on, everybody? I am Kitsimi. Today, I want to show you guys how I took an entry-level Fender Squire Strat and made it sound like this. Let's check it out. Check it out! What's up, guys? It's Kitsimi. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make the most brutal guitar tone you've ever heard, the lowest, djentiest tone you've ever heard. Not with this guy, but with this guy. Let's go get some strings. Okay, you can cut it there. Can you do this? I don't think so. Make it like a little bit, just like you're using the phone. Like, I don't want to be like, you can't film here. You have to leave. Mr. Samuel Ashton, reporting for duty. What is this dance? Got a dance?
Sounds like it. Can I help you? Never contact me again.
Yeah, fuck you.
Use the strings?
Hey, yes please.
Okay.
Looking for something that goes down to like 70 or 80.
For a 6-string, no?
Yeah.
So you got 13 to 70 and clear.
Yeah.
Like treating so that they don't rust as quickly.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Appreciate the help, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
This tone better be clear. Let's get drop 70 gauge strings. All right. How the fuck did they not align the back plate with the fucking... To really get the djenty tone, you need that like fine layer of like gross ass dust on top. That really helps out the tone. All right, let's see.
It is huge.
This is so fucking thick. Oh my god, it doesn't even fit through the tuning peg. Ha.
Too big. Oh, yeah.
That is so fucking boof. Alright, okay, that fits. Let's go see how this sounds. Alright guys, here we are back inside my DAW. So this is a little project I wrote out using that Strat. So let's go ahead and take a listen to what I did with that. Hell yeah. Oh my god, it gets hot in here.
All right, so as you can see, I went ahead and I just like bounced out the drums and the bass here just so I could like delete all those plugins and not need to worry about it eating up my CPU. So these were originally MIDI, but I went ahead and just recorded them. So let's take a look at the guitar track here. Really just like throaty and open sounding. So to record that, what I had to do for the guitar here was probably can't really see it, but for the pickup selector, I have to keep it on like the second of 5, and I don't really know. I'm assuming that's just like gonna blend the bridge in the middle pickup and kind of act a little bit like a humbucker, but it definitely still has that like single coil sound to it. So if I had it all the way down, it sounds great, but all the stuff in my room, the computer, the monitor and stuff, it like picks up all that like EMI and stuff, and it just sounds really nasty. So regular, or in the 2 out of 5. And then first position, bridge position. You just get all that like nasty noise and shit with it. So I have to keep it on 2, but it sounds great regardless. Cool. So let's just get into the tone here. Alright, so first things first, I am using the Auditory Dr. Drive plugin here. I love this thing, based off the Precision Drive by Horizon Devices. I really like this thing because of the attack knob on it, and that's what it does is really important for like low tuned guitars. I can hear that it's kind of doing some kind of like filtering, like it's taking out a lot of low end and then doing some compression and stuff, because with this guitar and the setup I have on it, it's such a short scale and the string is so thick that, you know, when you hit it, even though it's thick, it still moves around a lot. It still hits the fretboard and it's just really flubby. So there's very little like note definition, and you just get a lot of mud with it. So the attack switch here helps bring out like pick attack and clarity and stuff like that. So I can go ahead and just exaggerate that so you can hear what it sounds like all the way up. So you can hear the filtering it's doing, but it's still a cool sound on 6. It has kind of like almost like unprocessed vibes to it. The band, not the guitar signal, but it's cool. It's not super usable in this project at that setting, but I found like the attack on 2 was much more natural, but still gave it the like dynamic clarity that I really needed it to have. So levels all the way up, the bright tone all the way up, and then the drive is all the way down. That is going into Pro Q3 here. And this is a setting that you might recognize from like 2 or 3 videos ago. This is the EQ curve that the Fortin grind pedal has. So I'm not using it in the same way because I'm not boosting the output. So I'm not pushing the amp even more with this necessarily. I'm just cleaning up some lows and some highs, some of the low mids here, and then I'm boosting the higher mids and some of the lower treble range here around the 1K. And I can take that on and off and let you hear what that sounds like. So on, and then off. So you can hear it's definitely subtle-ish, but you can hear it like really focuses the guitar tone into, you know, the range where it should be, the, you know, mid-range. So this is going into RedTone by Vadim Taranov. This is my favorite amp sim of all time. Use it on pretty much every project, and I'm a massive proponent of like free plugins and stuff like that, but this is like one of the only like plugins that I'll really go on record and say like you should absolutely buy this. It's only $14 and it sounds ridiculous for the amount of money, and it's way less CPU intensive than like neural DSP products. I mean, they sound great, but they, you know, I can't use more than like 2 of them in a project, and I have like a 3700X. So, you know, this is based off the Fortin Natas, and you can take a look here. I have the girth at the middle and then the grind boosted a little bit, So this thing has a little bit of pre-EQ before it goes into a gain stage. So I boosted basically the treble just a little bit, pushing into the gain here. I do have gain, actually. So this is at like 0.02 or something ridiculously low because this thing just has insane amounts of gain. Like, I'll put this at noon and let you hear. Yeah, it's nutty. I feel like this thing is meant to not necessarily be used with an overdrive before it, but I have some favorites that I wanted to use, so I prefer to mix and match. I can put this down at 0 and just show you. So, okay, pretty much clean, a little bit crunchy. I'm gonna put it, you can see in the top left there. Okay, 0 to 0.1. 0.01, excuse me. Just that little bit, just that tiny like fraction of a move, like just has so much gain to it. So I think I had it on like 0.2 or 0.3. 0.03, my bad. So PA drive here is off. I have the output all the way up. Didn't boost or cut the bass. Boosted the mids a little bit and the treble by a little bit more. No change on the depth, and then I brought the presence up a little bit. So this is going into another Vadim Taranov plugin called CabDriver. And from what I've read, this is supposed to simulate the analog coupling of a real tube amp with a real cab. So I assume what that means is like sag and stuff like that, like emulating like how a power amp reacts going into a cab and stuff like that. So you don't really need to change anything on the default settings. Just kind of having it in your chain helps make the guitars respond a bit more like realistically and a bit more dynamically. So you can really exaggerate the effect here and here. Like, you can hear it changes the dynamics a little bit and it adds like a lot of low end to it. And for the most part, it's good low end. It's a nice bass, but it's a little bit too much. It doesn't get super muddy, but it does get like really boomy. So just having it at noon is fine. And this is going into Nadir here using Best IR in the World by ML Sound Labs. It's what I always use. It's my favorite IR. Pretty much just high pass the left and the right a little bit differently, trying to give it some differences in stereo. And then finally, I am putting this into Pro Q3 here. Putting this into
Fruity Parametric EQ2.
And this is taking out some subs, cutting some mud, boosting like the 1K, and then cutting out above like 5K. So I'll take that off and you can hear just how much worse it sounds. That really focuses in the tone, and like it takes out the harsh extremes on either end of the frequency spectrum. So it takes out a lot of the really like boomy subby bass and then a lot of like fizzly gross sounding highs. So yeah, it sounds great. And then yeah, in the project, have it complemented with a really cool bass sound that I used DjinnBass with it, and then I added some of my own processing to it and stuff. Sounds great. And then some of that like after the burial, like Wolves Within chopped up kind of staccato sound. I try to avoid getting like that surgical in most of my projects, but just by nature of like this guitar, it was not precise enough. I literally could not get a tone set up where I could like mute it enough to do anything close to that. Usually I can try to set up gates and like automate them on and off for sections that need it, where I don't have to like get in there and razor fine chop it up, but this just needed it. And you know what? It still sounds cool, so whatever. I love that sound anyway. Like, I don't know, ever since I heard A Wolf Amongst Ravens, it was like, oh man, that's just the coolest shit. Like, really, just like machine gun guitar staccato chops. So cool. Okay, can we talk about that snare really quick? Like I'm just really happy with how that snare sounds. I think that's one of my favorite snares that I've like mixed and created. Just like really, really dry, but still really ringy. It's just got everything I like. So yeah, we can just mess around too. I've got the guitar right beside me here. So let me just bring my camera down. That's so wrong. What about middle? It sounds like a bridge suspension cable or something. One more up. Sounds cool. One more. Ooh, there's that noise again. Cool. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. This was just a fun little video, nothing serious, just for goofs and gaffs to see what I could do with a fucking entry-level Fender Squire Strat. Indonesia. I actually have no idea about like the quality by country for like Fender guitars, so if you know, let me know. But yeah, thank you guys for sticking around. I would love to see if you guys wanted to just find the shittiest guitar that you have, or just a cheap guitar or whatever, and just try to make the like craziest metal tone you can with it. Like I would love to see that. If you do that, please link me. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, helps me out massively. I'll be making videos very soon. Thank you for sticking around. I love you, and I'll see you next time.